Dominic Breazeale. 7 good rounds in the bank, and over to you guys for questions.
He was pretty tough, wasn't he? He took his licks, but you always seemed really composed.
Yeah, you know, it was weird. I thought you could go in there and bomb him out in 2 rounds. And the 2 fights I can say I've learned a lot in was one Dylan, and then that one, because like 6 rounds in, 7 rounds in, I started thinking, there's guys that are going to have to stand up to the power. 9 rounds in, 10 rounds in, so when you're loading up, trying to knock them out, it does take a lot of energy. So
yeah.
You've got to control the fight. And I just learned that, just break them down bit by bit, rather than trying to knock them out with single punches. And I just took my time, and I finally found the shots that would take him out.
Is that why you stood off him a bit when he first wobbled?
Yeah, because what he was going to do, sometimes if I go rushing in, it's easy to get caught with a big hook or something, and it changes the course of the fight. So I didn't want that to happen, so I just was a bit patient.
But the second or third round, you caught him with a big right uppercut, and he staggered all the way back to the corner.
I thought, yes. And then he was still in there. And that's what I mean, and I started realising that sometimes, no matter what shots you're throwing and how flush they are, some people are here to stay. Even if they're not there to win, they want to put up a good fight and show themselves out to the public that they're serious contenders. And I think he was one of those fighters. So when I hit him with the uppercut, I thought, all right, he's going to go here, but he stayed in for a couple more rounds, so credit to him.
So is it fair for us to call this, or you to call it, a learning fight for you?
Yeah, definitely. Just put your punches in bunches and just break them down little by little. But the main thing is don't get hit on the return. When you're being patient, you don't want to be taking shots while you're trying to break them down. So it was a bit, it's a good mind game. It plays mind tricks because you're breaking them down, being patient. But at that patience, you're giving them an opportunity to break you down as well. So you've got to be on the ball all the time.
You couldn't miss him with the jab. Do you think that was the one that softened him up?
Yeah, and then side throwing it to the body a bit. And then I think, because they tuck up like that, so the right hand doesn't really go through around the side. So when I started bringing it through the middle, I think the jab to the stomach, and the uppercut was starting to slam down a bit.
Did you ever doubt that you might not get him out there at all and you might have to go the distance?
I was going to, yeah. You sometimes think, all right, I'm going to take it the distance. It's not always I'm going to go in there and knock him out. It is boxing. And then, but with that, with the patience, I could see he was getting broken down. His eyes started to swell up, his nose was going. So I could see that sooner or later it would go. But I thought if it goes 12 rounds, it would be a good 9-leg fight for me.
There wasn't much of a celebration when you got the final shot, you just kind of wandered into the middle of the ring. What were you thinking? What was the feeling?
Yeah. Huh? Thank God for that. I was just like, you know, it's been hard. I only had 2 weeks off, so it's been like, you train for like 3 months and just lockdown. Like you're on lockdown for 3 months. Then I had 2 weeks off, which was work. It wasn't even like I was chilling out with the family and straight back in camp. So to get Dominic out of there was like a relief that I can finally have a bit of rest. And then when we planning to go again, do you think?
Well, November, but I mean, he won't say because his camp for this was, you know, he had a virus for a couple of weeks, and he was, you know, there were times where we were considering taking the fight or not. And after the Martin fight, you know, because of the commercial deals and Freddie does a great job for him, you know, he's just been non-stop. Broadcasters, sponsors, and the one worry going into this fight was with Vernon. I think I might have said it to a couple of them. And, he needs a long rest. He needs to go and be just go and sit on the beach with his mates and mess around.
You're going to go and spar Joe Joyce later?
No, I'm not sparring him. I've made up my mind. I'm not going to go and spar him.
But you're obviously going to spend a little bit of August in Rio anyway, with the Olympics, commentating, kind of cheerleading the team.
Yeah, because I've got a good relationship with the boys. I know them. I've known them for years, and so it'll be good to speak about them firsthand. So what they're like behind closed doors, what they're like in the gym. So it'll be good. So I'll be doing some commentary work on them at the Olympics.
And will it be a holiday before that then?
Main thing I think, I really want to catch up with my family. Just spend some nights at home, because I only spend, you know, Saturday and Sunday at home, and that's really get my washing done and pack it again to go again. That's what it's been. So I want to just catch up with my family first before I think of a holiday.
In the ring, you almost seemed happy. So only time you really smiled was when he hit you. Is that because you were glad he was giving me a test, or did you sort of enjoy a bit of a...
I knew I was going to get him out there sooner or later. I knew it, so I just couldn't wait for that moment. I it's coming. But as I said, in the meantime, when I'm being patient, he weren't too good coming forward or going back, but what he was doing, he had these big swings, and then with 10-ounce gloves, it takes one shot, so I had to be careful. So I was just waiting. That smile was like, I know it's going to come, and I can't wait.
Just before you finished him off, I thought you were two punches.
Yeah, it really
that's
worked
it,
well.
that's it, snap you into action.
Sometimes that's what it takes, and I'm glad it's not too detrimental, but sometimes it does take a punch to make you realise that you're in a fight, you can be taken out. And that's how quick it can change, that's what I mean. And that's why I took my time when I hurt him, because and doing well, next minute I rush in, as you said, hits me with 2 shots and it changes the course of the fight. So, and it would be a massive upset, so I just got to be very cautious.
What was the harder fight, White, Dillian, or?
White. Yeah, definitely White. Yeah, it was a different kind of fight, wasn't it, as well?
Well, he was trying to get up in your face at the end of rounds.
Yeah, I know.
He was, wasn't he?
He's funny, like, I just know that's all acting. I was like, get back to your corner. Slapped him and sent him back to his corner.
He shoved Howard Foster out of the way as well.
Did I?
Yeah, well,
Again?
the second round, when he was hurt, and Howard jumped in and went,
Oh,
he
yeah.
done
I don't know
a
why
knee
he
and
did
John
that.
Lewis, didn't he?
Yeah,
And then you went to him, get out of the way.
Well, he was about to stop it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, you made a mistake.
Well, I think if they're going to
Should've
stop
got in the
it,
way.
but they should let me finish him off.